Before we get into the stuff that stood out to me from this past weekend, I want to show you some play sets. Huge shout out to my favorite wrestling figure YouTuber, Wrestling Days. He's the one that posted some of this stuff yesterday. This is cool. So, all right, part of it, look, it's kind of very similar to what we had gotten in the past with Performance Center. It was like a play set where you'd be like in the back of a weight room and stuff. This is kind of what we're seeing right here. This is a combination of that along with a ring and part of the performance actual entrance stage. You can see right there, all like the whole place. It's breakaway. It's you can. There's a lot of functions to where you can have a lot of fun with it. Midway through, it does have part where it actually splits off, and you can dive off, from the top of the entrance stage or rafters, whatever you want to call it, onto the actual ring. Now, when you do land on the ring, it actually does explodes, kind of like when Big Show was a Big Show. I think it was Brock Lesnar. He superplexed Big Show on the ring, and the whole ring just collapsed. So that's what it does. When you come crashing down, the whole thing just comes apart right there. The backstage area, I do have some images, closer images of what it actually looks like, and I wanted to get something more firm before I actually got a chance to cover this, because there's some pretty cool nifty stuff. So the wall back here, as you can see, it is a breakaway. I think it might either be a mirror or an actual wall itself. Undertaker right there, I think that's the Undertaker. You can put your opponent through like the bench right there. I think he's attacking John Cena. So a lot of functions to this. This is the actual box carded image that you are going to get with the playset. Here's the actual playset itself. And when I was looking closely back at it, you can see that some of the old parts from the previous Performance Center is being reused. It looks like they are using a different style of wall back there, as you can see by the Undertaker. I think that's where they had like the pull-up bars. So some changes done to it for sure, something to freshen it up. And the little entrance stage up here by the rafters, you can see that part of the barricade also splits off. So when you go diving off, that barricade is supposed to come into two separate pieces, as well as the sign right there. You can see the cut line going down the F as well as the E. So pretty cool set, man. Like my only wish and, suggestion that I would have made for this, make it separable. There might be some people that don't want the actual ring. I mean, if I'm speaking from a collector's standpoint of view, I feel like these basic rings we have a lot of. I mean, we have Raw ones, we have SmackDown ones, and I'm sure some people would want to mix it up with maybe Elite scale, right? I don't know, just an idea out there, but still cool playset nonetheless. Now, right here's a mock image of the Ronda Rousey. This is not the actual figure itself. We've seen multiple images of the Ultimate Edition Ronda Rousey. Though for her, remember, this is all interchangeable. The arms, the head. I do like the box, how they did this. It's pretty neat. It's got like a different style and look to it, kind of like the old one, how they had like a slit going down the sides. This is kind of what we're seeing with this box, as well as like the description right there of her height, weight, where she's from. Well, not her weight, but her actual height. And kind of like what we saw right there on the actual, like, this is a really cool piece. Now, Marvel does this a lot where they actually put the actual like figure itself on the box, not the superstar. You can see the superstar right here in the corner, but it does have like the actual figure right there on the right. Now, some other stuff that has come through the Wreck and Slam. This is a following from that Playmobil. Yeah, it was the Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman had come with the little car, right? It was all breakaway, the hood, the bumper, the seats would come out. This is the next part. This is going to be an AJ Styles with added accessories. He's going to come with some chairs right there. It is a different attire that we have seen in his previous Elites. This is like the gold attire with Elite Series 66 head right there. I do like it. I just think that if they are going to give us more of these Wreck and Slams, it should be like maybe an ambulance, right? I know we've covered this in the past, but I just feel like this is a missed opportunity on maybe getting something different other than what we already have. Some of the cool toys that have popped up and stood out to me is kind of like weapon accessories. So these are kind of like blow-up dolls. You go on your trampoline, dude. You can have an ultimate battle with your opponents with a sledgehammer or a fire extinguisher. Obviously, it's not going to extinguish anything or spray anything out of it. But look, these kids are having fun. Just imagine, man. Just go. Look, I love doing wrestling matches on the trampoline. I think having these as a kid, that would have been epic. I mean, I was using, I'm not going to tell you. It was pretty funny, though. Now, another childhood piece that's coming to mind right here. Who remembers sock and boppers? Sock and boppers, way more fun, a pillow fight. right? You'd blow them up and you'd put your hands inside. That's kind of what this kid is doing. And then you'd have the time of your life. Now, these aren't blow up. These are just, filled like gloves. And I'm not going to recommend it, but I think that's what they were designed for. I don't want to get in trouble with your mom. Hero Fix told me that I should have put my hands in here and attacked my little brother. So cool, dude. I had so much fun with these as a kid with the sock and bobber, so they're kind of carrying it over. But, right here, Mattel, I think it's Mattel. It could be, a different toy company that's making these. They're putting their own touch by adding the actual superstar right there up front. So if you want to perform a phenomenal form right there, you can do so. If you want to do the new finisher that John Cena is doing with the backhand slap, oh man, it's still terrible. Now, favorites right here, Elite Series 68. Daniel Bryan was the one figure, as well as a couple more that I'll show you in just a sec. That just really, segmented. Like once I looked at some of the stuff again on Saturday morning after Friday's reveals, I was like, man, that Bryan though, look, it's not heel, and that's fine, but still, I think this Bryan, they did some good stuff with it. We're also going to get him in that basic with that return gear at WrestleMania, but I think this one might be my favorite one out of the two. That bright green always stands out to me. Mabel, again, keep in mind, this is the one that's going to get the very... My only thing, look, I'm very stoked to finally have this in the collection. My main thing, though, is that it took me a while, and I'm not sure if anybody noticed this, but the variant is very similar to what we're seeing with this one. Really, the only thing extra that it's getting is those gold things. They're kind of turned the other way around, as well as there's a kind of like the letter M right there that you're seeing on the knee pads up by the chest area. So that's like the only flaw, but I'm still very happy to have this in the collection. These right here, we covered these on Saturday. And look, I know, and I'm sure a good percentage of you still want the real thing, right? The one that they originally showed where like, you got the lights and then you got all the sounds and stuff. Still pretty, excited to get these in the collection. I mean, the ones that I'm using right now, they don't compare to what we're seeing with this. This is three-dimensional. Like, obviously, you won't be able to have matches by the entrance stage. If you're having, like, a hardcore match or a street fight, you're not going to be able to bang your opponent by the entrance ramp. So the playability of it, it's really not there. It's mainly for pictures. If you're a photographer, if you like taking, pictures by the entrance stage, that's where these are going to come into play. This is where you're going to get most of the fun from these right here. So plus the price point, you can't beat $9. That's how much these are. So for those that were wondering, $9. Goldie right here, Goldust. For the upcoming retro figure, this is the best one yet. I think this Goldust was captured great, man. Got the right hairpiece on it. But my favorite from it all, it's got to be these Ringside exclusive Hardy Boys. These Hardys, dude. So many years we've waited. Jax did them. They had knockoff versions, but right here, finally getting. Plus, the first time that Ringside is stepping outside the box. No, it's still going to come in a box. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that you're going to be getting like a dual pack. The price point right there, it's pretty legit, man. They've actually already gone up for pre-order. So, if you are interested in some retro or some from Attitude right there, go hit the link in the bio, you guys. These are a must for sure. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and we'll see you on the next one.